Today we're going to go over how to use the OpenTimeClock.com system in employee mode. First, we'll need to go to OpenTimeClock.com. Then we'll go to Login. Make sure you bookmark this page for easy access. Please notice below the login area that your IP address is displayed along with the Forgot Password link. If your IP address has changed since the last time you logged in, you won't be able to log in. You'll need to give this IP address to your manager or a payroll person so that you can log in. IP addresses don't generally change unless there's been a power outage, your internet server was reset, or your computer is set up to periodically change IP addresses. Now you'll need your username and password. Your manager should have given you this information already, but for this tutorial we're going to use the login information for an amazing employee just like you. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is clock in or clock out. So I'm going to enter my username and password, and then I'm going to press clock in or clock out. Now if you hit enter, it will automatically clock you in or out depending on your current status. Now let's say it's Monday morning of a new pay period. So I need to turn in my timesheet from the last pay period so that I can get paid. So now I'm going to log in instead of clocking in so that I can view my timesheet and make corrections to it. So I'll enter my username and password again, but this time I'm going to click Login. Remember, pressing enter automatically clocks you in or out, so you want to be sure to click Login and not press enter if you're trying to view your information. You'll see that the default view is the Overview tab. This gives you a snapshot of all of your activities as far as attendance goes for the current month. You can change the date range to show just this pay period, just this week, last pay period, or any time period that you want to see. So we're going to change this time period to last pay period, and the starting date on that was Sunday, March 13th. And the ending date was Saturday, March 26th, because our pay periods always go from Sunday to Saturday, and they're bi-weekly. So there we go. Notice that you can add notes to any of these clock-ins. Let's say you had a doctor's appointment last Wednesday, so you'll find last Wednesday's clock-in. So there's the morning and there's the afternoon. And you notice that I clocked in at 2 instead of 12. So on that clock in, I want to add a note. So I'm going to go over here to add note. Then I'll enter in there that I had a doctor's appointment. Now, if you have sick time available and you wish to use it, you can also enter the number of hours you're using and then sick time. So because I clocked in at 2 instead of 12, I'm asking for 2 hours sick time. And save. Now that note should be here. Sometimes it acts funny when I'm using this video capturing program. So if you notice that it doesn't show up, or it doesn't show up in another area that you add a note to, just shoot a quick email over to your manager or payroll person. Now, let's go through each tab at the top. The first tab is Pending. Generally, there won't be anything in here unless you've requested time off and it hasn't yet been approved. So you'll want to check this tab periodically for items that you're waiting on. If you would like to put in a request for absence, you'll press the Request Absence button. Here, you'll click on the calendar and choose the day that you'll need off. Let's say I have another doctor's appointment a month from now. And so that's going to be, let's say, the 21st. And then I'm going to choose the type of absence or the reason. Now, if I'm going on vacation, but I want to use sick time, I'm going to choose sick instead of vacation. That way, the person completing payroll will know that you want to use that sick time before you have an unpaid absence. Then you enter in a short description and the number of hours that you want to do, that you intend to be sick on. Now, if you're going to be gone or absent for several days in a row, you'll need to add each date to that request. So let's say I'm going to be gone from Thursday the 21st through Monday the 25th. So I'll need to add each of these days. So the 22nd, I don't work the 23rd or 24th because those are Saturday and Sunday. And then the 25th. And then I'm going to ask for 8 hours per day of sick time. Then I'm going to change my note, vacation, and OK. Now I have all of these pending absence requests in my pending file. Next is the Overview tab, which is where we were right before the Pending tab. Next is the Time Cards tab. And again, this gives you a snapshot of all your attendance activity for the current month, but it breaks it up week by week so that you can see your total hours worked for each week. So you can see that this week there was 40 hours worked, and then on this week there was 38 hours worked because of that doctor's appointment. Now I'm going to try to add a note here also. Doctor's appointment, 2 hours sick time. Let's see if that shows up there now. Nope, it sure doesn't. So I'm going to have to email my payroll person or my manager to let them know that there was 2 hours missing there and that I would like sick time. So here you can see, again, the whole snapshot of the whole month, and you can change the date range so that you can just see this pay period, last pay period, just 1 week, any time period that you want. So I'm going to change it to last pay period, which was, again, Sunday, March 13th to Saturday, March 26th. And so I can see that all my hours here were these. And we already tried that note. Okay, so the next tab is absences. This will show you all of your absences that you have had since starting the use of this system. We don't have any yet, so there aren't any in there. The next is the PTO accrual tab. Now here you'll see that you still have 24 hours of sick time, and there's no other paid time off available. Once your manager or the person helping out with payroll has entered your 2 hours of sick time onto your timesheet like you requested, then the sick time hours will go down to 22. The next tab is the Settings tab. This is where you can change your username or password. And finally, the last button is the Exit button. And now that you're done making any changes to your timesheet for last pay period, you can email your manager or the payroll person and let them know that your timesheet is ready to be processed.